Hey guys, and welcome back to Discussing the Universe with Drake.
And Ty.
And just a little warning, my microphone's been on the fritz recently, so if it disconnects, I'll have to reconnect it. So there might be some times where it disconnects and I don't notice. But
Yeah.
otherwise, today's episode is about something I think us two can relate to a
Yes.
lot. Hiatuses. Hiatus.
it's
Who
it
knows?
it's good to be back. Some
It's fun. How
both of
long? I
us
actually don't remember how long
we
we've been
we
gone.
were gone for I think 3 or 4 weeks.
3 or 4. That's like a month.
Yeah. Well, both of us were in the musical. Or
Yeah.
are going to be in the musical since technically it hasn't come out yet. But what's going on, or what went on, was we needed to do some filming, and there were a bunch of rehearsals and stuff, and we just didn't find the time to record the podcast. So
Yes.
it does feel good to be back. And
Feels
of
nice to
course,
talk for long periods of time.
well, it's really funny because we should have waited for season 2 to start
Yeah, we
until after we
started it,
finished.
and
We
then we
started
realized, oh
and
wait, we don't have
immediately
time to do this.
immediately we went into a hiatus, which is
So
typically not something you should do.
right now should be the first episode of season 2, but that's not how things turned out.
We'll call it like we'll rename the last episode like season 1
Episode
extra.
extra.
And
No,
then
I think it's fine. But
yeah. No, of course it's fine, but it's
of
just
course it's fine. Everything we do is great. Okay,
yes,
we are perfect beings who cannot make a flaw. It was
professionals.
actually,
It
it
was all
was
planned.
because
It was all
we
planned.
planned. We planned that this
Yeah,
episode would be
obviously.
about hiatuses,
So we
and so
needed to
we
have
went
a
on a
hiatus,
hiatus. Yeah,
but
yeah.
in order
It was an object lesson.
in order to justify the hiatus, we specifically planned it to happen directly during the show rehearsals.
The musical rehearsals, yes.
Yes.
So that's why
Speaking
we
of the
actually made
musical,
the musicals happen.
speaking of the musical, all of you should check it out. It's pretty neat.
Avenue Q.
Avenue
Those who have
Q.
seen it know it's a really funny, and I think our little drama crew has done a really good job. I'll put
We all worked
in the
really hard.
description.
Yeah.
I'll put
Well,
the
you can put the
the
JBHS
YouTube
drama.
channel. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
the YouTube
Oh,
channel. And then
I was gonna put the website.
oh, you're gonna put the website. I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
put the YouTube channel because that's where it's going up. I
I
assume
I guess so. Yeah.
that's where the other stuff went up.
I'll
So.
just do both. All right.
All right.
So hiatuses. One of my current favorite shows. Or do you want to go first?
No, you can go.
All right. One of my current favorite shows, The Owl House by Dana Terrace, is currently in hiatus. Because season 1 ended in December, and it was like this. It was like a great season finale. And I was so heartbroken when I realized that there was no next episode to look forward to in the following week because at that point it
Yeah.
was a week by week basis. I was like, oh, awesome. This
Oh,
week's
okay.
episode was great. This week's episode was great. It was kind of like The Mandalorian for you, Drake.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I actually have time to get into that, so I will
Epic,
soon
finally, guys.
understand the
Audience,
references.
Ty has not ever seen any.
I
of the
haven't
Mandalorian.
seen any of The
Dude, out of
Mandalorian.
one, it's disappointing.
I understand. All right, don't worry. Well, it's either that or I go back into Lucifer. But anyway, I was so heartbroken that the hiatus was happening, and I was just so crushed because I was like, what's gonna fill that little void on my Sunday afternoon? It's like, what's gonna take up that time? It's just a feeling of loss and not being able to. The fog of that 30 minutes. It's just.
Did you ever
scary.
Clear the fog?
Well,
Or is it
I'm-
just
well,
still?
well, it's less foggy now because basically after or just as the season was ending, I joined a bunch of like art discords for fellow fans and stuff, and like, I've been making like fan art. Some of them hop in and like they make entire alternate like universes where the characters are doing other things.
That's
There's
what I
no-
like to call fan fiction.
Fan
in
fiction,
the
yeah.
industry.
Right. But yeah, and they make really good work of it. Like they're spectacular artists. Maybe I'll throw one of them on screen if I remember.
I'm not going to, and I don't remember. I
Well,
also
you don't
know what
know
you're
any.
talking about.
You don't know
So
any of them.
it's
So
a
probably
lot of
not.
combination of things that I have no idea what to do.
Yeah. Um. All right. Well, that's my little hiatus story that's currently happening right now. What's your hiatus story?
Hiatus story. I don't have two. The hiatus story I do have was so when the Star Wars Clone Wars TV show was on
Mhm.
on the Cartoon Networks or whatever, it ended after season 6 technically.
It had
But
6
I guess
seasons. Good lord.
but it never like concluded. There was no ending to
Oh
it.
no. Oh, that
So
sucks.
and it just kind of stopped. Um, and a bunch of things were left kind of loose. But then, like years later, someone in the comments tell me how many years it was. Like pretty recently, they finally came out with the last season that actually like concluded everything. But
What?
that time in between, I didn't watch like a bunch of Clone Wars. I in fact just re-binged it over the quarantine just because like I had the time. You can see my Clone Wars review in the
Oh my
iCard in the
god.
top corner.
Yes, yes, yes.
But it was really cool finally seeing it actually wrap up after just like years of not being done.
Absolutely.
A lot of shows come back actually have come back recently. Samurai Jack. I never
Yes,
actually watched too
I
much of the
was
original.
I
I have not
was
seen any of the new season. I just know that like came
what?
back for adults. I'm
Okay.
sorry. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
You were getting to a point that I was actually going to get to after you were done talking. Um
Mm-hmm. Okay.
which is how good it feels when a hiatus is over. Um
Uh,
because I remember watching through Samurai Jack and like going through everything and just being so like confused, like where's the finale, where's all of the where's the final battle and all that, and it never happened. And then freaking like a decade later, finally Adult Swim finishes off Samurai Jack, and they did it so well, and it was just mwah, di
I
molto.
literally have basically the exact same story, except without the happy ending. Um,
Ha.
for Spectacular Spider-Man was a
Oh,
show on back a while ago. It's like one of the
I
most
think I remember that
popular
one.
Spider-Man animated series of all time. People like love it, but like it ended on a cliffhanger at the end of
Oh.
season 2, and then
Hmm.
they canceled it because I think Disney bought it actually at that
Really?
time. Yeah,
Oh,
so
because
they
Disney
just
got
canceled the
Spider-Man.
show. Yeah, Disney got Spider-Man and everything. So it
Oh
just
my
ended.
god.
And I
Wow.
remember like looking online like for the final season I didn't know actually didn't exist. And I
That
was like,
hurts.
where is it? I need to finish the show. But it hasn't come to fruition and
Dang. I'm still waiting
man,
for I'm still waiting for the Gravity Falls season 3 to come out.
it's not
Uh,
happening.
I'm
Nope,
joking. I'm
nope,
joking.
nope.
Alex
It
Hirsch,
could
please. I'm
it could
joking.
happen. Alex Hirsch, please. Please just give me the Gravity Falls season 3.
Didn't
Please.
didn't Sebastian bring a Journal 3 to your little?
Yes.
Yeah, it looked cool. Uh,
It's a very I don't know if they have every single journal, but the fact that they have like a full it's not like
it's just 3, I think, because believe me,
just they
I
only did
looked
3.
for 1 and 2.
Okay, so they just did 3, but it's like full. It's like full of
Really
stuff.
jam packed. Ah, dang, that's nice.
Yeah. Um what was I gonna say? Gravity Falls
Such a good
is a
show.
show that despite the fact that I want more, it really
It's
does
good
feel
that it,
complete. It
yeah.
does feel finished. It feels like a complete I don't want it to just keep
Well,
on going
it's
on and on
it's
and on
because
and
they
on.
had that good conclusion.
Yes, exactly.
It's important that we recognize that sometimes a show has its definite happy ending, or maybe not so happy ending, but just an ending that really finalizes everything. And it's good that it ended where it did.
I don't think that people nowadays can really watch Gravity Falls as good as before because people can just binge the whole thing. A part of the
True.
excitement
The
of Gravity
mystery
Falls was
elements and
watching it
waiting for it.
slowly come out and unravel itself,
Hmm.
exactly. And there would be discussions online about everything, and I feel like that's just kind of just watch the show now. I mean, it's still a really good show despite that, but I feel like there's that aspect is just it's just missing.
Right, right, yeah, and that's actually what happened with me and the Owl House a little bit. See, the episode names, they were all each of like the first letter in each episode, it eventually spelled out like a phrase
A
that,
thing.
yeah, yeah, that like was a
Uh,
premonition to the final episode. So
oh,
yeah,
okay.
it was really cool, and they had like ciphers and everything. And Dana Terrace, the creator, was actually a storyboard artist for Gravity Falls. Um,
Oh,
so yeah,
okay.
they're similar, Drake. So if you like Gravity Falls,
Yeah,
you should check out the
I've
show. I'm
seen the
just saying.
first episode
Yeah,
of
I
Owl
know you
House. It
I know
feels
you have. Yeah, yeah, it's
does
very good.
from what I've seen, it looked pretty good. It does feel like it's just trying a bit too hard to be Gravity Falls, the sequel,
No,
but just
not really.
eh, eh.
believe me, I'm sure whatever worries you have will go away by episode 3, which
All
you
right.
could take the time to watch after
Yeah,
we're done here.
I'm doing a podcast. I'm doing a podcast
Yeah,
right now.
you're
Okay.
doing a podcast.
And I
I'm
have
sorry
to
to say
study
it.
for math, and then maybe I'll
Oh,
do that.
based math.
Math is no unbased math actually.
You
Statistics.
have
If
AP
you like
stats,
statistics,
Drake.
you're a psychopath. You're
Yeah.
a legitimate psychopath.
Dude, I don't know what I was thinking going into AP stats. Oh my god.
Is that your first AP class, or you've taken an AP
It
before?
I've taken advanced levels of education before,
That's
but
not the AP is not just like advanced levels.
yeah,
AP is
it's
like
more,
dumb.
which I did
I'm
not
currently
realize.
dying in AP stats right now, and I'm studying super
Yeah.
hard, but I
Which
feel like it's
I'm
all
proud of
just
you for
going
doing
to
that. Keep
waste.
going.
I keep studying, and then I go to the practice test, and I get slightly better at doing it, but I still feel like I'm not good enough to
It
pass the
it's
test, which
it
is an issue
just
because it's tomorrow.
oh wait, that's tomorrow. Oh my god.
Yes,
Okay, yeah, okay, that makes sense why some of my other friends who are in AP stats were freaking out.
yes.
Ugh. Yeah. Yeah, although yeah, one of my friends, it's like, oh god, I'm struggling, and she has like an A minus, and it's like, oh,
Oh my gosh, I have like a D right now. Okay,
really?
I failed one of the tests,
Oh
and that just
man,
destroyed my grade because it was the first test of the
right?
entire semester. So there was nothing else that could back me up on. So I'm hoping. So even if I do get an A on this test, I'll have like a C in the class overall,
It'll
which
cancel out a little
I
bit.
hate how grades work like that. Like, oh my,
Yeah,
like if you get half of the questions right on a problem on like a test, you
it
now have like a failing grade. But then if you get every single question right, you
on like
get
homework or anything,
on
it's
homework or anything, you get
barely does anything.
barely
Yeah.
anything. It
Oh, speaking of teachers and like grades, teachers seem to take hiatuses from grading sometimes. Um, see, I brought it back around. But
I see.
yeah, one of my old teachers, he basically I knew he graded everything, but he waited to put things into the grade book. And so for the longest time in this science class, I had like a C for like 3 months. And then
Mm.
all of a sudden, boop, like 98% just in in a single day. And my parents were like, what the hell? And it
I
was,
really hate when teachers don't put grades in like really
dude,
fast.
it's
I
agonizing.
I ha- I can't tell if I'm doing good or not.
Yeah,
Like sometimes
which
I'll be in a class, I'll be
we
literally like, "Oh yeah, this is easy," and then they'll post the grades in like 2 days before the 5 week, and you're like,
we
"Actually, you're doing terrible.
we
You
need
should
to
improve yourself." I'm like,
we need to cut
okay,
some slack because obviously teachers they're underpaid, underappreciated, um,
yes, yes.
and all that. But also just they
Doesn't mean
have
they can't be better.
calm down. But they need time to get things done too. But my example, I knew he was putting he had a physical book with all of the grades in them, but he just
Oh,
refused to put them into the computer. So I guess he just did giant
strange.
binging sessions where he just put everything into the computer like in a single day maybe, which is
Perhaps.
odd because I would know what binging things how
Yes,
it destroys your body.
yes.
Totally
Yes.
didn't record
I
the entirety of Avenue Q Act 1 and Act 2 in a single 5-hour session on Friday where I sang and danced for 5 hours. Oh god, I'm still
I
tired.
did everything except for 2 songs on Friday, then I did wait, no, I might have done okay, yeah, on Friday, then I did 1 song on Saturday, 1 song on Sunday. It was still painful
I think
because the 2 were the 2 hardest songs.
that's true. Yeah, it was the last one and like the one in the middle, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know where you what you're
Yeah,
talking about.
you know what I'm saying.
I'm picking up
You know
what
what
you're
I'm
putting
putting
down.
down. You're picking up keep on where is that from?
It's
I
from
know
the
it's like an
Owl House, you
expression.
heathen.
Oh, I mean, I'm pretty sure
Yes.
it's also just an
Well,
expression
it's an
in
expression, but
general, but
the most recent where I've heard it is in the Owl House,
oh my
so I'm
gosh, you're
giving
such a
that credit.
fanatic. Okay, 'cause
I
it's
am. I
fanatic fiction.
oh my god.
That's what we should call it.
Speaking of binging, do you think binging shows is a good idea, or do you think you should like take a break every once in a while? Like,
Depends on the show,
okay,
honestly.
so this may not be like a healthy thing. So let's say
I'm worried.
let's say it's like 45-minute episodes, right? and you end
Uh-huh.
up watching half a season, and the seasons are like 24 episodes long. All right,
Okay.
and you spend a long time on the couch that day. All right, and you're
Mhm.
just sitting there going through all of the episodes. This was a while back. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, what show is this?
It was Lucifer. I just got into it, and I was like, "Yo, this show is like pretty neat." And then I spent my entire day watching half a season.
Oh.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like to spread them out more. I like to watch, like, shows nightly or, like, movies. Binging movies, I do not
Movies is
like to
difficult.
do, not a fan.
That's
I
just
did,
horrible. Yeah.
what was I gonna say?
Uh,
I've
oh,
mentioned this a million times, but back
oh,
when
okay.
Star Wars,
Oh, here we
the
go.
the episode 9 was coming out on the Disney Plus on May the 4th,
Joke.
2020, which I have to specify now because I just realized we're not in 2020 anymore, so I can't say this year. So that's weird. That's not okay.
Did,
Um, but I binged one Star Wars movie a night until that day, except we miscalculated, so we had to
you
watch 6
miscalculated.
and 7 in one day,
Oh, that must have
which
been tiring.
it was very tiring.
Yeah, that's
So,
always
and
weird. You know,
but I do like watching a franchise one after another, the day after the day of each other. It hits different, you know.
I can agree with that. Uh, I always find it interesting how you can like watch a lot of things and then feel tired afterward. Like you're not physically tired, but your brain
Yeah,
is just so like turned to
but like not when
mush.
I'm
It
watching it.
forces. Yeah, not when you're the moment it stops. It's just like
It's like, oh,
nope. You don't
it's
get to
like
have
when I'm
energy
like
anymore.
up
We are going to
really late
sleep.
at night, like 2 o'clock in the morning, talking with the boys, and then
Uh
suddenly
huh.
I get off, and then suddenly I'm like, wait a
You
second,
pass out. Yeah.
I'm exhausted.
Well, it's because your brain realizes it has a bunch of information to like go through, and like your subconscious is like, yeah, I ain't dealing with
Sleep is
this.
so weird. It's
Sleep is
like
fun, dude.
it's
It's
no,
nice.
I meant like on a conceptual level.
What do you mean? You just put your body on the soft shelf for about 8 hours, and then you
Yeah,
wake up
cool.
feeling refreshed.
But people actually don't really know necessarily too much why
Uh,
things sleep besides like sometimes like it has to process information
yeah,
kind
that's
of.
kind of like what
But
we do.
that's
Um, what humans do is well we kind of like our bodies kind of cleanse while we're sleeping, and our brains go through information kind of like in a stream. And people have theorized that like how like a waterfall, water kind of sprays everywhere.
yeah.
People think that like in your consciousness stream, quote unquote, the droplets flying away from the waterfall, those are your dreams. That's why dreams can get really weird. Like one moment you can be somewhere, and the next moment you can be like wherever. Um, yeah, and lucid dreamers, people have theorized like the waterfall is like a infinity symbol constantly looping back on
All
itself.
right.
Yeah,
It's
but
odd.
whatever. Enough about that
You have to
stuff.
literally shut down your entire body for like an 8-hour period. And for different animals, it changes for arbitrary
Well,
reasons. Generally, like if they,
they have less of a need for more energy, or
yeah,
yeah,
but otherwise, it's just like it's strange. It's like such a weakness.
not
It's
not
like
exactly.
you shut down your body for 8 hours with no protection, basically. Except some animals are like half awake all the
Some
time.
yeah, they keep like their
Like
left side awake and then
dolphins
their
do
right
that.
side.
So they can breathe from the air.
Breathing is slightly important. Yeah.
Yeah, see, they literally have to like shut down half their
No.
body in order to just breathe.
We humans, we have it on autopilot. Of course, the second you start thinking about it, you start breathing manually, which is odd. And I apologize
No,
to any
stop!
audience member who
No,
just heard me talk
no!
about that.
Why?
I'm sorry.
I'm in
I
deep
just
pain.
realized I didn't apologize to you.
Emotional
I'm
pain.
sorry.
Deep.
Um,
Wow, you didn't even consider me.
I
Oh my
ju-
god.
I
It's
just
in the
remember
title. It's right there.
with Drake and time, but Drake doesn't breathe automatically.
See, look in the sky. You can see the title. It's right there. The credits. They're floating past the sky.
Oh my
Wait, why are
god.
the end credits playing? Oh no. Oh no.
Huh. Neat. Uh. God.
What significant event in the world would cause end credits to play?
Well, the end of the world, obviously, like a giant tsunami taking over like cities or whatever, like or
No, but that doesn't feel like a
California.
proper ending.
California
There's no character
secedes
arc for
from the rest of the
that.
United States. And by secede, I don't mean like literally like in terms of government. I mean literally California breaks off because of like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
San
yeah.
Andreas fault. Yeah.
Like
That wasn't a political joke. It's just a fact of geology taking
oh my
over in about
gosh,
a
Ty,
long
did you
time.
just make a politics
Oh
reference? I'm
God,
going
what
to
have I
kill you. I'm
done?
going to kill you, Ty.
No,
You can't
please.
do this to me.
No, 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 no. I'm not very political at all. And any political view I do have, it's meh. I don't like thinking about politics at all. Um,
Are you saying you're a liberal conservative?
I
Are you kidding me? That's
I
so
don't even
offensive
know
to
what that
everyone.
means. I don't even know what that means. That's how unpolitically
Oh my
directed I am.
gosh. Oh my gosh.
Oh God,
It's
how
totally not
dare
just
you?
I combined liberal and conservative together. Oh my gosh. That's so
What a
that's
you could have let the audience
you
think
have
I'm a
offended
complete
every group.
fool.
You've offended every single group. I can't believe it.
What? Yes, of course. The centrists are going to come after me because I don't know what politic terms are.
Exactly.
All right, all right.
All the non-political people too are getting really upset that you showed any signs of politics too. So you're on thin ice
I'm on
here.
thin
And by
ice.
thin ice, it's above magma, so it's rapidly melting.
It's rapidly melting. Wow, okay. Noted, noted, of course.
It's like a choose your own adventure book, except both pages lead to you burning the book.
Burning like the book itself? Like
Yes, the book. It's like
you just don't
Fahrenheit
get to
451. You know that. You know that. It's like that. That's what at the. That's what they should get a copy of Fahrenheit 451. That just immediately upon reading the final sentence of the book, it just combusts.
so like there's like a thermite trigger on the final page.
Yes,
You realize that would kill the person reading it probably, right? Or
it's about the
at the
message, Ty.
it's
It's
about
worth it.
principle, goddamn.
You would never understand the principles of murder. It's a very deep
You would
thing.
know,
You
wouldn't
see,
you?
someone they
Yeah.
die, and then they're dead.
Yeah. Uh, actually, in the video I most recently posted, you said
Yeah.
almost something extremely similar. It was there's a difference between someone's internet dying and them dying.
There is
So,
a big
yeah,
difference
you
between that.
in like the hour and a half of footage I got, you mentioned death like 23 times. Are you okay?
Maybe. Honestly, not
Well,
too
back
sure
to
myself.
hiatuses anyway. So
That
as I
guy,
was,
you know, a death is just like a big
it's
hiatus.
a
All right.
big hiatus until
Okay,
your
so
soul's
you know how
reincarnated.
Jesus, the second coming, all right? He's just on hiatus right
He was
now.
on a
Okay.
3-day hiatus, guys.
Yeah.
Calm down. The
Calm
second
down.
season, the second season, you didn't have to wait that long.
You lost him for one day, and you go and riot. Jeez.
Oh my god.
What has like a show ever just had their director just like die like halfway through
Yes,
making it?
actually.
Probably. You have an example?
I do have an example. It was this one anime I really liked. I can't remember the name, but I remember it being so good. And then like I searched and it ended at like episode like 11, which is like not a traditional place to end things off.
Yeah.
And it ended just like with not even like a cliffhanger. It just ended. And so I searched up what happened, and it turns out that the main voice actor, Shimoneta, that's what the
Mhm.
anime was. But the main female lead's voice actor died. And
Damn.
I was like, what? She died in like a car crash, dude. And I was like, no, what? That's terrible.
Sucks.
I had another show, another anime actually, Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. The season 2 was delayed. Not because I don't think people died, but like their building burned down. Actually, building
Oh.
burned down. That might be bad. Ugh, I probably shouldn't have said that. But yeah, like they're
Wait, why shouldn't you have said that?
just like their building burned down, and I think there's no deaths. Like obviously no deaths really good, but like I don't know that for sure. So
Yeah.
I shouldn't have said that.
It's
Um,
fine.
I I don't know.
There you go, making political statements again,
No,
Ty.
please.
Oh my
That
god.
wasn't a political statement. But yeah, like their building burned down. So season two's been delayed for like 2 years now. And I'm like,
Oh.
that's another hiatus. That's another
Oh,
hiatus.
oh, oh, oh,
Ah!
oh, oh.
But yeah,
Oh, absolutely
that one's a
fantastic.
really wholesome anime, actually. Please do
I
check that
have
out.
heard.
Yes, it's very nice. Um, God, why am I the one with all the hiatus stories, and you're chilling here with like only 3 of my shows I've ever gone into hiatus, and those are the only ones I'm ever
Bro, I
disappointed
don't
about.
it's honestly mostly a lot of anime because there's just the way it's like
That's just the way it
made
is, I guess.
compared
But
to
like, dang, bro.
other television and stuff.
Mm.
Usually, because stuff like that, they have just like you expect a hiatus between every season, and otherwise they have everything like pre-filmed and they just release it. But a lot of
Yeah,
times with anime, they're in the middle of making episodes in a season,
that's true.
so
That's
then they
true.
release them as they're being like made instead of just having them all pre-made and then just releasing them all weekly. Not because like they have to release them weekly, just
But
because
just
like
that's the way
it
it
makes it
is.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I actually was.
Television as a oh you know
What?
you say your thing.
Oh, well, I was just gonna say I watched a documentary on how one of my favorite shows, Doctor Stone, was made, and how
Mm,
literally just every week they just go in and be like, "All right, boys, this is the script. Here's the
here we
storyboards.
go.
I need you to run these assets. I need you to do this." Da, 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 da. And I just watched them do this like process just in their office, and it was cool.
Dang.
Because I was like, "Oh, dang, animation, that's pretty neat." And like I really like watching the collaboration on that. Anyway, what were you gonna say?
What was it? Oh yes. Television as a whole, kind of, it's just kind of dying because of streaming services, I
That's
guess.
true. Yeah.
Um, but I do think there's too many streaming services now
Well,
that like
yes
there's
and
it
no.
costs too much.
That's
It's
true.
just too much now
That's why,
compared to just having a bunch of shows on one network
like on
that you get
cable, yeah,
like on cable. There's just too much to keep track of now. You got your Disney Plus, you got your Netflix, you got your
Disney
Hulu, you
Plus,
got your Amazon
Netflix.
Prime, you got your HBO Max, you got so much, so much
That's
stuff.
true. Yeah, that's why I only like the kings. Like Disney Plus, Netflix, HBO Max, Amazon Prime Video. Not entirely sure. Also,
Amazon Prime is weird because like you can buy they have a bunch of movies on Amazon, but like
yeah,
oh, it's only some of them are like free for Prime.
yeah.
Otherwise, you
I
just have to buy like Redbox.
Well, what's interesting is, well, it's either that or like a discount.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, like a friend of mine told me the story where they were watching like the James Bond films on
Yeah.
Amazon Prime Video, and like she just finished one and she was gonna watch the next one, and like they took it down like
I was just about to
the
mention
day
this.
of.
Literally February 1st.
Oh
So
my god,
like
you
a
remember?
little over. Yes, no,
Oh
I remember
no.
specifically because me and my family were watching a bunch of the Lord of the Rings. We're gonna watch
Oh,
the
nice.
third one tomorrow, which is the last one.
Right.
Um, but we watched the first one on what was it? I think it was Hulu. Yes, we watched the first one on Hulu.
Mhm.
And then February 1st, that was the only day we could like watch it. So we decided to watch it then, and it wasn't on Hulu anymore. So like,
That
what the heck
sucks,
happened? I
dude.
looked it up. I looked it up.
They,
They took it off on January 31st.
no, that was
So
so
the day
close.
before,
Oh my
they took it
god, I'm
off,
so
and
sorry.
we had to get it at the library, which is fine.
You
Library, I always forget
rented
about
like
it
a
because you can't.
VHS from the library of Lord.
No, bro, it's a CD. It was like
It's a
2003
CD,
that
guys. Come
movie came
on,
out.
it's slightly better technology.
Come on, come on. No, but it's not that bad.
You're right. You're right,
I have a ton of VHSs, and I love VHS players. I still have one
dude. I have a
under the
cassette
TV.
player. Like,
You have a cassette player,
dude, I
bro?
got a Walkman, dude. My dad gave it to me. Like, I'm ready. I'm ready to get some
What about
tunes.
Sit Woman?
What?
That just sounds sexist now.
Wait, what? No, no,
Yeah,
no.
because
What's the punchline?
Walkman,
What?
Sit
Oh my
Woman.
god.
Ty, you have to use your brain cells, Ty.
Okay, sorry.
I bet the rad, cool, super epic audience understood the joke immediately and laughed and were like, I got the joke.
All right, all right. Well, I guess it could be walk human then. Is that better? Walk person?
No, I don't. It's called a Walkman. I've never been the biggest fan of people calling everything instead of just like mankind, like man, and also womankind. It's like, what's the what's the point there? What's the? It's not. It was never intended to be sexist in the first place. I don't think it was. No, you know what? I'm
It's
gonna stand my ground. I'm not gonna fall under this. I
uh
don't think it was intended to be sexist in the first place.
it hopefully wasn't. If it was, then we need to change a few things. But anyway.
Because it's just saying the word man has a totally it's basically a homonym at this point.
Well,
Hi, please tell me you know what a homonym is, please.
no.
Okay,
Please
so
explain.
I believe it's a homonym, but a homonym is a word that sounds exactly the same as a different word but has a different meaning.
Oh. Okay, I know what it is, just not what the word for it was. Okay.
Yeah, like saying the word man and saying the word man are
Wait, isn't that
basically two different
homophone
things.
instead of homon?
No, because like synonym, it's like homonym, I think.
Oh, I thought it was
Wait, no, is it
homophone.
homophone?
I thought it was homophone.
Oh, jeez, I don't know anymore. Oh no,
Hang
oh
on,
no.
hang on. My
I'm
English
a
teacher had us print out like these grammar sheets. Hang on, give me a second.
I guess I'm a homophobe.
Yeah, it's a homophone, dude.
No! I've been godded. Okay, whatever. Well, you get what I
Wait,
was saying
no,
now.
no, I
Wait,
lied.
wait. What is it? Please. Please.
Must be a homonym. Oh,
Let me see. Let me see. I'm looking on
search it
Google.
up.
Yeah,
Yes.
well, when I type in homo, what am I gonna get first? Homungulus, okay.
Oh, is that from
Um,
the skit where it's like the
homo.
humongous hong no 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 logongus skit? I love that one.
No, it's probably from the word humunguli. I
Homunculi?
stuttered on that. Homunculi,
Oh.
it's the among us. I'm
Among Us?
sorry.
Boom, boom,
I'm
boom, boom.
sorry. No, homonym.
Among Us with the drip.
I was right. It's homonym.
All right.
Each of two or more words having the same spelling or pronunciation but different meanings and origins.
Huh. Neat. Oh, well, that is some information I didn't know. Thank you for sharing.
Yes, that's what the whole podcast. See, now the
Yeah.
audience knows.
Now they
They were like,
understand.
The audience was like, I have two brain cells, and I shall learn
Please
all my
don't.
knowledge of the universe
Please
from this
don't.
podcast.
Don't
That's what they're
insult
saying.
the
No, that's what.
audience.
No,
They're kind
that's
of the
what they're
ones
here
watching.
for. The audience are tiny children, and they're learning about the universe through this podcast. Which,
You
trust me, is
realize.
the greatest way. Is the best way to learn about
Please,
things.
please
Through
make
this
sure.
podcast.
Listen,
Please teach
if
your children
if
the
we
alphabet. We're
ever
here. What?
if we ever
A
say,
B G
oh my god,
V W X 1 Z
one
Y Alpha Sigma Sigma.
omega, oh, two different directions there. If we ever say a fact and you're skeptical and do some research on it, please provide a link in the comments section, because that way we can correct ourselves and we can make this podcast more accurate.
However, that's not gonna happen because I'm never wrong. But
Right. Speaking of the comment section, while you're down there, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button
hit the like button. Hit the like. Subscribe.
for weekly,
The like button. Like button.
for relatively weekly podcast content.
Except for hiatuses.
Hiatuses.
We looped it.
We did
looped
it.
back around. We took
You
the
did it.
thread. We were like
Needle.
the guy that went to the Minotaur pit and we were like, woo, 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 and we just pulled it back. We just pulled back that yarn. We were like,
You mean
now we're
Theseus? You mean Theseus?
In the metaphor, Ty, you are the Minotaur and I'm Theseus in this metaphor.
Well, I'd rather not die, so can I at least be Daedalus? I built the catacomb. Maybe
You can be the catacomb.
I can. I'm the ever-changing catacomb. That's actually a that's not a bad metaphor. Yeah, I'll be the
catacomb.
I'll
That's
be
a
the
pretty good-
ever-changing catacomb. Yeah, I like that. I like that.
That sounds like a metaphor or something. Yeah.
That's what I just
we should
said.
become philosophers. Oh wait, we already are. Wait a second.
We're so smart.
Intelligence maximum.
We can talk about what makes a person smart on a different podcast. We actually are kind of running on a good
We
time
are
here.
at 34 minutes.
So yeah, I think this is a good place to end it. We talked
this
all
is
about
a
that.
fantastic, brilliant place to end it.
Yeah. Um, unless we want to talk about hiatuses and book series, or I don't know how
I
avid
don't
of like a
I don't
reader
read
you
too
are.
much.
You don't read.
I'm
You don't read
not
good.
very school
You don't
kinda
grammar great,
ruined reading for me.
dude.
I
That's
read
true.
a bit as a kid, but I just don't
And then
find it
it's like
very
start
interesting
taking
anymore.
notes, and it's like, oh man.
I prefer talking about books like this and not analyzing every single
Absolutely.
sentence.
Remember when we spent an entire episode just talking about Lord of the Flies? I found that
Yes,
conversation more, not only more informational, but more fun and like interactive than any class conversation I had about it.
exactly.
You know?
The class convers I'm gonna make this really quick because we're ending the episode.
Yeah.
But the class conversations, they're always just they're too in depth on every single detail that you get
Yeah.
caught up in the little things instead of looking at just like the story as a whole.
Like my English teacher, bless his soul, but Lord of the Flies and the way we talk about books, it's I feel like it could be done just a bit better. I don't know how to make it better, but maybe that's something we can
Like,
work on.
can we talk about how the story was just like told and like the major themes of like the futility of
Of
war
man,
instead of like
man.
every single biblical reference that actually technically didn't even matter in the end? Can we please do that?
Well, it's not
Like
Lord of the Flies anymore, but
when you're
perhaps when
reading
we
a
go over Hamlet.
story, yeah, when you're in the middle of reading a story and then you find a detail, it's good in the moment. Like it adds in the moment to what you're doing. Your brain is like, "Wow, this is so neat." But it doesn't truly matter to the overall purpose of the story. It's just
Mm.
for the sake of reading it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like some information that helps you piece something together.
Like you don't need the description of like the room a character is in, but it helps make it much more interesting when you're reading
It
it
helps
to
set the
know.
scene in your
Yeah.
mind. Yeah, absolutely. Um, do you want to do you want to do the outro thing, or do you want
Yeah.
me to say the thing? All right, you.
I mean, I do it. I think
Well, you opened, so
we
you
never
got to
actually had an
close.
order. We just kind of ended it
Yeah, I feel like
briefly.
I've closed a
So
lot of them, so you can
yes, I
do
feel like
this one.
all right. So
You get
well,
one.
that was today's episode of discussing the universe with Drake.
And tie.
And don't forget to do all the funny socials and likes and stuff.
Yep.
See
Uh,
ya.
have a good day.